Sarah, the Connecticut Department of Public Health announcing today that a woman in her 50s in New Haven County was the first person to be diagnosed with the West Nile virus so far this year. Experts are also urging people who spend any amounts of time outside to take precautions as we're entering the peak season for West Nile virus.
Well, the mosquitoes are actually kind of crazy this year. As far as after it rains, you're definitely going to get attacked by a few.
Mosquitoes, they're around every year. And ever since 1999, the state of Connecticut has had at least one case of the West Nile virus.
There have been some nights where we move inside because there's too many, but that happens every summer.
With the wetter than average summer, stagnant water is helping drive mosquito populations through the roof.
I think because of all of the rain we've had, it's made the garden really lush, but it's also been pretty good to the mosquitoes as well.
Health experts say people 60 and up and those who are immunocompromised are the most at risk for severe illness. According to the CDC, 8 out of 10 people infected will experience no symptoms at all, while 1 out of 5 will experience these flu-like symptoms with prolonged fatigue and weakness before recovering. Severe illness that can affect the central nervous system affects 1 out of every 150, and 1 out of 10 cases of severe illness can be deadly. So when should you see a doctor if you suspect West Nile?
When someone is having fevers, chills, body aches, and they've been heavily, bitten by mosquitoes, then I think that history, along with those symptoms and discussing with their doctor as a West Nile as a possibility. But the time when they really need to be concerned is if there is severe headache or there is a confusion, disorientation, and those are much more alarming signs, or a weakness and paralysis. Those would be when you really want to, get to the emergency room.
Experts recommend wearing light-colored clothing and long sleeves and pants when you go outside. They also say to avoid going outdoors in the dusk and dawn hours, as well as wearing insect repellent containing at least 25% DEET. Also, experts tell me that this peak season for West Nile virus starts in mid-August and goes until late October. Live in Hartford, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.